I normally hate when people fucking say things like that, because, you know, that's normally...
Oh, this!
Yeah!
Oh, this minigame! This starts to really make you question some things, if I'm remembering this right.
Yeah, it is this one.
I love the fact that Eeyore and Optimus Prime are voiced by the... You know, same... Yep, it's the one.
Talk about breaking the fourth wall.
Winnie the Pooh, beyond the fourth wall.
The thing I'm questioning is
You got good old Muhammad Zarel.
there are other characters
They just call him Mo though. So they go around calling him Mozzarella.
Though this does go on kind of
What does picking up Gopher in this do?
If you can take a hit without losing life.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Well, that means Gopher takes the hit for you, you asshole!
Well, yeah. What else would he do?
Damn.
Gopher's the name.
I guess Pooh probably does just see his friends as meat shields. I guarantee you if
what Kingdom Hearts
Oh god,
do,
it's that one slide in Galaxy 2!
What Kingdom Hearts theorists do when they remember this is a part of the game, go back, slow down the parts where you go through, I'll go out of the pages, so they can read what the pages say.
Yeah,
There's obviously clues in here.
Hey, I almost played that perfectly.
What do they say?
Well, I can tell you that one paragraph on that right side of that page said, well, it said Piglet. And I was like, okay.
Wait, what did it say?
It said, well, no, what? I think it said, well said Piglet. Something about Piglet.
I can look in editing.
And, like, Pooh, he's not only an asshole, he's an incompetent asshole, which is the worst kind of asshole, when someone is so stupid they don't realize they're being an asshole.
Speaking of assholes.
He still doesn't remember. What in the world has gotten into Pooh Bear?
Whatever it is, we better help him.
You know, I really do wonder, like, if darkness were to actually come to this world, what the fuck would it be like?
1,
Have lumps.
2, 3.
Hey! Question!
What?
I'm gonna raise my hand, so Ryan is the thing I like.
Yes?
You're okay now, Pooh.
Will Winnie the Pooh return in Kingdom Hearts 3, you think?
Yes.
Huh.
I'm actually expecting it.
Ryan, you think they'll come with the try reason we have to play Winnie the Pooh mini games again?
You don't...
Probably. I don't see why not.
The reason is more Calcum Plus.
Are we gonna come to Hollow Bastion to do it?
You won't...
Is Hollow Bastion gonna be a world?
You want a reason to come
I
back
don't see
here?
why Hollow Bastion wouldn't be.
No, because apparently we're not too concerned about Final Fantasy characters.
You can't do that.
What? Can't do what?
Let me tell y'all something.
Yes?
Nomura cannot say that he can't use Final Fantasy characters in this game. Not only, just statistically, would that be just a dumbass move, but Final Fantasy characters are literally lot important. Now hold on, I know what you're saying. How? How, Brian?
How, Brian?
Hollow Bastion is literally Final Fantasy World.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Hollow Bastion is literally plot important. You don't know how many things related to the plot happened in Hollow Bastion? I'll tell you a couple of things. The creation of Emblem Heartless. The turning of, young Xehanort slowly taking over Ansem Study. Going back to Radiant Garden.
Yeah, just Radiant fucking Garden.
The Chamber of Repose.
Hi.
Well, hello, Sora.
Yeah,
And you're trying to tell me that this man literally thinks that he can just, take Final Fantasy characters out of all of that and it'll be okay.
And Kyrie's from Hollow Bastion for some reason.
Yeah, Kyrie's even from this world.
Just what the poor dear needed.
Yeah.
I hope it'll make Pooh better.
You cannot take Final Fantasy characters out of this game anymore.
Oh look, it's another asshole.
A present for me?
If I could take any two fictional characters and put them in a room with Sean for 24 hours, Tigger and Jack Skellington.
I knew you were going to say that.
Hey, you beat me to it.
Let's go after him.
I don't hate Tigger.
What's wrong with you?
I mean, yeah, he's an asshole. But I mean, there's just a special level of asshole Jack Skellington is.
Okay, I don't actually want us to have a legitimate conversation about this. Who's done more asshole-ish things, Tigger or Jack?
Look. Eventually, you'll get to the point where Tigger, has that thing called a conscience. But Jack Skellington only has, instances where he remembers he has one, and then he just forgets again. So, it's really like, oh, I shouldn't do that. And 10 minutes later, he's trying to do something worse.
Also, Jack's conscience is mostly fueled by his boner for Sally.
Oh, no!
Well, he's a skeleton.
No!
Everything's
She
a boner.
literally looks and says, Jack, no!
Yeah.
And he's literally like, Jack the fuck yes! Because Sally's half the reason I hate him. She's just like, Jack, think about the repercussions. Fuck the
repercussions.
Fuck the repercussions, I'm doing it.
Screw the rules, I'm Jack Skellington.
Sean's favorite character.
Jack Skellington is the kind of person who likes to load the shotgun facing towards them.
Okay, do you think he hates Jack more than I hate Cloud?
Well, yeah, because most of your reasons for not liking Cloud are dumb.
He's an emo piece of trash.
Well, yeah, in
This
game.
man said, let's mosey!
That was the English.
I don't
Okay,
care!
look, we don't know what he said in that scene in the Japanese, but I can say, apparently, in the 2 weeks they had to localize that game, apparently he hit a stride when they made it to Sid. But no, I mean, the guy we watched literally said that they basically did the best job they could translating that game.
Mm-hmm.
Except apparently Yuffie and Vincent.
Which is funny, because the game's translation is kinda awful.
This guy, our sick, is a word-for-word translation.
I mean, I'm pretty sure that makes almost... That makes sense.
Most of it's translated.
Because I'll be completely honest, Vincent in the Japanese version probably says darker shit.
Oh,
And,
no, he's just mistranslated in a way that apparently is neither interesting nor funny. That's the only way he said. Vincent and Yuffie are apparently so mistranslated in such ways that's neither interesting nor funny, so he doesn't talk about it. But
jailbait.
But the thing about it is, most of the times, what people don't understand,
Oh boy.
the issue isn't whether or not the game was translated correctly. It's that when you see a sentence that says, this guy are sick, you should fix that.
I said,
Even if it's a word-for-word translation.
Again, I said...
The thing about the translation of Final Fantasy VII is actually most of it being translated completely correctly.
But that leads
Also,
to...
the fuck is this scene?
Did Pooh just die?
Yes.
But no, the whole thing is but most of the translation is just translated word for word. You can't do that.
Yeah, I know.
What the fuck is that scene?
So the issue, Cloud's translation is probably near perfect. The problem is sometimes things are just weird.
This man dressed up
Also, because
as a female.
Also, what's hilarious is so he literally went on a tangent in the last episode of I think it's the next last episode of that. But I think he was working on the last episode. But in one of the episodes, somebody said something about I don't even know what a blank is. I can't remember what it was. What's the episode I'm missing? Oh no, we're not doing that.
The Chamber of Remembrance.
Yeah, if I want to get my ass kicked.
The Chamber of Remembrance, Sean.
And so there's like a point where the character says I don't even know what, and says something that is, and he goes on a story about how he was with friends, and one of them had said something like that. I don't even know what this is, and he's like, but I knew in fact. I knew that they did in fact know what this person was.
What level?
And apparently that's a Japanese saying. Is I don't even know what like when you just want to dismiss something completely. Like if Carson's talking about I don't know. Talking
Piranha Plant and Smash.
I'd be like I don't even know what a piranha plant is. And so he literally talks about there's a point. He's like Shinra's trying to procure a plane from Sid, and Sid doesn't even know what an airplane is.
And what's wrong with Piranha Plant, Brian?
The entire video series is hilarious. Tim Rogers is the funniest man on the planet.
Piranha Plant is the best.
Tim Rogers can make the most mundane thing ever hilarious.
Who needs
Isaac
from Golden Sun when you have Piranha Plant?
Stop.
Piranha Plant is the best character.
So Brian, a video series about translating Final Fantasy VII from Japanese to English and talking about minute differences. Does that sound funny?
No.
Okay, what if I told you this man makes it funny? And also, I love it when he gets to a text box that is identical to the Japanese version, and he's like, this is exactly the same in the Japanese version. I just really love this line.
But Piranha Plant's the best character.
That's the most winning things. Fucking Piranha Plant.
And you get Isabel. All your favorites, Brian. Everyone is here.
Everyone is garbage.
Well, we'll probably cover this.
Don't insult the doggy waifu.
We'll probably cover this more in a later video, but I truly do love Piranha Plant being
King K. Rool. That's all I saw.
Okay, everyone
we
was.
We didn't get Shovel Knight. We didn't get Waluigi.
Hey, but a lot of people did want Isabel.
We didn't get Isaac, Gino, anybody other than Piranha Plant.
Okay, I don't like.
But we did get Isabel.
Okay, I don't like being this guy, but this tinfoil hat is surprisingly comfy. We haven't seen the Mii costume for Gino return, and I don't think there was a Gino icon in Spirit, so he can actually still be DLC.
Okay, let me put this one. Incineroar is the stupidest starter of that generation.
But it's Masuda's favorite, so.
And nobody wants Piranha Plant!
I wanted Piranha Plant.
Stop! No, you didn't. You did not even think about that character until it was announced. Nobody
sat there. You saying you want a Piranha Plant is like sitting there saying, man, I really hope they put Bomba Bomb in there.
No, Bomba Bomb would have made sense. You know what? Petey Piranha I would have been fine with.
Yes, Petey Piranha would have been fine, but instead,
Carson,
that's just his final Smash.
Did you sit there and say, man, I hope that Goomba gets in the next Smash Bros?
But you see, the thing is, I
don't mean when I say Goomba, I don't mean Goombella. I mean just a Goomba.
Or Goomba, Real.
No, just a Goomba.
I know what you.
Yeah, and
Sean, when you say a Goomba, I know you mean a Goomba. Because I would expect you to, if you're talking about Goombella, to call her by name.
Well, I am.
Like, instead of saying a boo, you want Lady Bo.
Well,
you know what? I would have been fine with Bowsette at this point.
The guy in black.
Well, Nintendo.
Don't say that.
Don't say that
blasphemous speech.
Brian, Bowsette or a Piranha
I'll
Plant?
take Piranha Plant.
Here's
This is the best
but if
part.
we don't have Bowsette, we can't have Booette.
Stop.
Here's something kind of funny. Nintendo actually almost created Bowsette, and it's fucking amazing to me that this happened to drop around the time the Bowsette thing was happening.
Nintendo released an art book in Japan for all their unused ideas for Odyssey, and one of their unused ideas was Bowser using an evil cabbie and taking over Peach.
So Bowsette was almost canon. But anyway,
there you go.
While I was being a smart ass about the Piranha Plant thing, at the same time, I do actually love Piranha Plant being in the game, because I'll go more into this in a video, but a thing I fucking hate, like, anyone on the internet does this in general, but with Smash specifically, is when people try to pick up on, like, patterns and things when it's not really there. Everyone tries to find the way Sakurai thinks, but only Sakurai knows the way Sakurai thinks, and even then, some days I'm not entirely sure about that. Everyone tries to...
Oh, I wonder who it is. I wonder, guys.
Everyone tries to pick up
Who could it be?
Everyone tries to pick up on patterns that, to explain, you
We'll
know...
never know.
To, like, explain Sakurai's decisions for Smash of, like, using, oh, it can't be this character because he couldn't create a move set. They're not relevant. They're not bipedal. It's just all... There are just all these stupid criteria the internet has essentially made up, when the only criteria is whatever the fuck Daddy Sakurai thinks. And because that is the only criteria, everything literally is just as viable as everything. So I love seeing when a Piranha Plant styled character comes along, because that just shatters all of that.
Let me tell you something. It doesn't matter.
Hey, Piranha Plant looks cool, though.
Piranha Plant is definitely going to be one thing, and that's below A tier.
Based on the way...
You wanna know something?
What?
Because regardless of the situation, you wanna know who's still gonna be amazing?
What?
Bayonetta. You wanna know who's still gonna be good? Cloud. You wanna know who's gonna be better again? Diddy.
Apparently from the show, like, the prototype...
You wanna know what I'm supposed to believe is supposed to be viable? The fact that somebody can drop out of combos because they hurt themselves?
Apparently from people that...
Hey, that was more of a theory, but in people who played around with the demo, that was actually working.
And also, apparently...
Which is why a guy brought up Pichu hurting itself and wiggling out of combos is actually a decent...
Apparently people
Who could that be?
People that played demos and things, Cloud and Bayonetta have a reduced damage output, apparently.
Well, I mean, you know, the last thing that I saw of a demo of somebody playing the game competitively, we apparently were DIing at 150%, which is a problem in itself. Because that literally is just going with the thing of, well, you know, it doesn't matter how much fucking damage you take, you're gonna have to work to fucking kill somebody.
Oh, he's gone.
That was kind of an opposite extreme of the earliest build where Ridley had like a kill move where he could kill people at like less than 30, and then people thought that was a little bit absurd.
I mean, Bayonetta.
Ridley in those early builds, good lord, his critical hit damage percentage.
No, because we didn't make the revisit to this world, the Mulan 2, for the plot, what the fuck are we actually doing?
Remember how the organization...
We're chasing after an organization member who was snooping around the castle, you know?
The organization's messing with the Emperor of China, but a mysterious other cloaked figure with a mysterious Batwing-looking sword was here.
A sword with an eye on it.
It's time for the question of the day and my overall thoughts on the topic. So, anyway, because we were joking about it, which character do you think is the bigger asshole? Tigger or Jack Skellington? I do get where Sean is coming from about Jack, and we continue to heckle him over that, but I do at least understand his point. As for Tigger, I think in a lot of Winnie the Pooh media, Tigger does come off as a massive inconsiderate dick, but Pooh is also very similar because the entire point of Winnie the Pooh, every character sort of has some kind of weird tendency to act up in some way, and the point is supposed to be them overcoming their differences and their weird tendencies where you can debatably make an argument almost every character in Winnie the Pooh is some kind of asshole, even if they do have some sort of reason to be that way that might be justified. Rabbit is kind of crazy, but when your neighbors are all pretty much insane, you do, as an adult, realize Rabbit is sort of grounded in reality, because between characters like Pooh and Tigger, that is kind of tiring to deal with those kind of antics. It's like Squidward and SpongeBob as a grounded character in reality to offset SpongeBob and Patrick being crazy, but at this point I'm rambling. So I would love to know who you think is the bigger asshole. Anyway, you can leave your thoughts, opinions, and answers in the comments, or you can leave them on social media. All my social media links, as well as my Discord link, are in the video description. And now I need to be a shill for a minute. If you subscribe to the channel and if you follow me on social media, that really helps our community grow. But anyway, I hope you all enjoyed the video. I will see you all next time. Good night, everybody.